So we're going to show you how to extend legs to try to get advanced range of motion on the hips and on the shoulders, knees as well. Now this model does not move, but I just wanted to kind of show you typically how I get the animals. Usually what we want to do, so I have my hip joint, my knee joint, my hock, or it's essentially the heel area, and so what I will do here is typically they'll flex, their hip is typically a little flexed. I want to straighten that out. What I find the easiest way to do that is just to get their knee and then lift it and advance it back, and the whole leg will straighten out, and I'll be stretching these muscles. We're trying to stretch them out so we get a good range of motion coming here. This is lots of times for dogs who have had an individual leg problem. We're doing rehabilitation. Or old dogs, we have muscle atrophy and the muscles are less pliable, so we have to we want to start stretching them out to give them more range of motion. Or dogs like agility dogs who just running, it's just they're athletes and they're going to have problems, and this is how we do their stretches. So in the back leg, I just put the knee right in my hand and just hold the knee. As you advance back, everything will straighten out. You'll see that on our patient, on Mario. Same on the front leg. So on the front leg, we have our shoulder joint, our elbow, and our wrist or carpets down here. And with the front leg, what I do is I'll just put the elbow in the palm of my hand, right in the center of my hand, and I'll just advance that elbow, and everything will straighten out at the same time. Shoulder will straighten out. Advance it forward and upward a little bit. Trying to, again, we don't want to cause pain, but you want to kind of, as when you're stretching, you want to do a little bit more than what the body wants there. So that's how we extend our shoulders and our hips. Okay, so Sarah's here with Mario again. Mario's being a good boy for us here today, putting up with a lot. And what we're going to just demonstrate here now is how to do passive range of motion on the hips and knees, and then our shoulders and elbows. And most of the time this can be for rehabilitation, but it can also be for stretching. It's really good for agility dogs, again, after a little warm-up. But there's the easy way to do this as far as manipulate, as far as straightening that leg out. With the back leg, it's get the knee joint. Usually we'll do a little flexion, but then if you've got the knee joint here, so we've got knee, hip, ankle down here, hock or ankle, and I'll just take the knee, and that's where I'm going to, if I put my hand over the knee and stretch back, you can see we're stretching that, we're extending that whole leg, we're straightening it all out. And now for dogs, old dogs who are sore, they're not going to let you stretch it too far. They're not going to let you stretch it too long. Another part of that. So, but we'd like to kind of do a little checking, a little back and forth is good to kind of get things going. The other part of that you can do is kind of do a little massaging on these muscles as you're doing that, and that will sometimes feel good. See, he's not resisting me as much if I'm massaging those muscles too. But that keeps that elasticity in there. Keeps things loose, because muscles, especially with our old dogs, they can contract with time. As the muscles atrophy, we're going to get contraction. A little stretching helps limber things up. So on the front leg, we can do the same thing for the shoulder, but here we're going to take our elbow in our hand. So here's my elbow, here's our carpets or the wrist, elbow. Point of the shoulder is right here, and so what we do is just put that elbow right in the middle of your palm, and you can just shift that forward, lift it as possible. Mario doesn't want me to lift it much. Flex. The other part of this is you can massage these muscles, the deltoids of the humerus, as you're advancing that forward. and just massaging, trying to get things loosened up there too. So a little back and forth as we're coming through. We're trying to get it so the shoulders can be extended a little bit more. So lots of times this is more for rehabbing animals that have injuries. Okay, Mario? Okay, so when we're trying to, when we have shoulder or hip or knee issues, or even in rehabilitation, we want to extend lots of time to range of motion, and sometimes passive range of motion, we're just moving those joints. And it's really very simple. Usually all we're going to do is get your hand around the knee and just extend that leg back. Lots of times with the kitties, I have to kind of get my chest or something down to kind of take that. But we're kind of just a little back and forth. They won't mind the flexing, they do that on their own. And then, but just hold the knee, and when you hold the knee, you're bringing the whole leg back, everything straightens out with that leg. And so that extends the muscles of the thigh and the knee joint as well. And so same up front, lots of times these shoulders, kitties have shoulder issues or such. Oh, yes. My shoulder is right, the point of the shoulder is here. I get behind the elbow, so I get the elbow cupped in my hand, and then I just bring it forward. Benny's 12 or so, so he may have some arthritic issues here a little bit, but just kind of, that's how we extend that shoulder out. And lots of times what I will do is sometimes massage these muscles behind the deltoids, behind the humerus, as we're doing that. And Benny's starting to get a little tired of all this, but that's how we extend. Get the elbow in the cup of your hand and just bring the whole thing forward that way, or the knee in the back of the hand and do it that way.